We're all about pets. We're all about fun. We have the nicest people. Our deals are number one. You love Dave's, Minnesota and Pet City. We make shopping for your pet. Fun, 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 fun.
We're filming. Well, hello, everybody. Oh, I scared.
Uh-oh.
Does he have a name?
Euro.
Euro. So anyway, hello. I'm Dave. This is Matthew.
Hey there.
And welcome to Dave's Pet Show. And today we have one of Matt's whoa.
There you go.
Favorite creatures.
Here you go.
You know
Hold
what?
up.
I think he's got stage fright.
He got scared. He did.
What have we here, Matt?
A Nigerian Euromastix. Look at that. You see, he's trying in his new hat right now.
Yeah, I sort of like this.
Liking the Devo look going on there.
I feel much brighter with it on.
Yes, it's a good cap there. You're going to cap that one right there.
What is this?
This is a Nigerian Euromastix.
What does that mean?
This is, well, that's the name they gave him some along the line. But this guy is a desert lizard.
Yep. I know,
of course,
it's very warm.
Very warm because he was sitting under a heat lamp basking.
Yep.
And this guy is an African lizard. He wasn't caught in Africa. He's captive bred, but he is located indigenous to. I bit my tongue this morning.
Last night.
I
He
did.
Can't do a thing
I
with
can't
it.
do anything with it. Indigenous to Africa. He looks scary. He looks spooky, but he's actually very gentle. This is a very handleable, as you can see.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah.
Not too bad.
He's got a spiky tail.
He's got a very spiky tail. If you pet his tail there, go that way, you can feel how bumpy it is.
Yeah.
It's actually...
Look at the layers.
The layers of it. And he's actually, that's a form of defense. So if something were trying to eat him, he would tail whip. So if you're another lizard and you get the mouthful of that in your face, you're going to think... Or a snake, it's going to think twice about trying to swallow him. So if you try and pet him this way, it's actually, you can't. Right. You get the other way, so you really can't go anywhere.
So does part of his tail come off if he has to escape?
He could. He's got a little bit more of a firm tail, so it's going to be more of a pull. But yeah, they can break off, so you do want to be careful with any lizard tail. Excuse me. But he's actually pretty well defended. He is a good climber.
Show everybody's belly.
If you look at that belly right there, he's got a pretty big flat one. He can actually flatten out pretty well too.
That's another defensive...
defensive thing. Yep, it's a defensive thing, and it's also a basking thing. He can absorb more heat when he's sitting on a rock. As you can see, he's camouflaged, so he would sit on the in the desert sand, so you wouldn't be seen to, he'd be pretty invisible right there. But like I say, he's very gentle. This particular guy is a vegetarian, likes to eat different vegetables. He will eat seeds and sprouts.
Yeah.
Not really much of a bug eater. Like I said, more of a straight vegetarian.
So what kind of vegetables do you have in
Cactus, plants, they climb. Because remember, they got to climb up onto some of the plants to get some of the flowers and some of the...
So that's all he eats?
Yeah, pretty much, yep. Any sort of plant life. I mean, they may go for a bug here and there. Yeah. But for the most part, any vegetation they're going to find, they're going to graze on.
He's going to jump on.
Loves it heat, loves to... they'll hide under rocks, so if you want to have a cage for them...
And I noticed you don't need a very big cage for him.
Yeah, like I said, this guy, a 30-gallon tank would be sufficient.
Yeah. What do we have here?
This is one type of cage. This is a crested gecko setup.
That's what we have all
pretty much what all of ours in there. And these are nice because they're front loaders. You can open up, going right from the front, easy to maintain. Yep. If you want to have climbing area, you can. You can actually have a hot side up here, and then you have the cooler side on the other side. Because remember, whenever you set up your reptile cages, have it split so they have an area where they can regulate their temperature. When they get cool, they can go bask under a heat lamp like you're holding right here.
Just
put it up to one side. Yep, you can put it to one side.
How many hours a day do you keep it on?
These guys can go on about 12 hours. So you have
really?
You can go in daytime temperature.
They like about what it is in real life.
And then it cools down at night when the sun goes down a bit, and then they'll come out and they'll start doing a little feeding right there.
Yep.
Like I said, so a hot side where they can cool off. You always want to have...
Do we know if this is a boy or a girl?
This particular one is a boy. This is a boy. Yep. A lot of times if you look on the underside by the tail vent, if it's a flat surface, it's a girl. If there's two bumps, it's a boy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so pretty much, you can see he can hang on and very...
He's a good climber?
Good climber. And this is a pretty good, like I said, for for those of you who are just getting, he's a pretty hardy lizard.
And
like I
friendly.
said, and he's friendly. So for kids, they're handleable.
Yeah.
Any reptiles, I always say it, anyone over, under the age of 10, definitely adult supervision.
Right.
Make sure anyone washes their hands, of
Right.
course, when you've handled them.
Right.
Big dish of water, not so much for them, they'll really drink. They'll drink some of it, most of the time just flopping down to cool off in. They like to, that'll help control their temperature as well. So a nice big bowl that they can flop in there.
Yep. How long do they live for?
He's got about 12 to 14 years.
Really?
Yep. So a lot of these reptiles do have fairly long, almost the same length of a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a pet that you're
Lot
going to have for a
cheaper.
while. Yeah, a lot cheaper too. Well, definitely a lot cheaper. Fun pet for a classroom. And like I said, they're quiet, so you're not going to have much of an odor or anything like that, as long as you're keeping the sand clean.
So let's talk about that. What do you need for substrate?
Sand. These guys are
Just
sand
plain
bugs. Yep.
sand?
Well, calcium sand is fine. You
Yeah.
can use play sand, but a lot of time that tends to clump up. Calcium sand doesn't impact if they do get a mouthful of it, and you can actually use
They
a
can
sifter.
pass it?
They can pass it, yes. They
Yep.
can pass it. And also just make sure with the sand, if you get droppings in there, you have a little sifter, pan for gold, we always call it.
Yep.
Go in and pull out your nuggets, spot
Yep.
clean. And then, like I said, make sure there's rocks and caves,
So
stuff they can
I have
hide
a
in.
question for you. Mm-hmm. So what kind of poop do they have? It's nuggets? It's not like bird?
It's very similar to bird. If you ever looked at lizard poop, we can
Yeah.
analyze poop right here.
Yes.
It looks a lot like bird poop. So it's they are very similar. Birds and reptiles
right.
are very close, so they are a lot of vegetation stuff.
Right,
So
which
Right.
makes it even...
makes it even more. And a lot of times you look in, it just looks like either a little brown nugget
Yep.
or a thing like
White?
that.
It's not white?
A lot of times white too as well. But it dries up quickly, so you can just go into your sand
You
sifter
can now impress your friends because
with
you
that.
know about
you know about reptile poop. Isn't this enlightening TV?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is. But yeah, very cool, very neat.
Now, where do these guys come from?
These guys are African.
No, I mean that. Where
Where do we-
don't,
oh,
we
we-
don't bring them in from the wild.
This guy was bred in California, so
Okay.
he took a ride across the country to
Yep.
hang out here with us. These are
How
all.
often do we get these in case someone watches this?
These are fairly regular. We do get them actually pretty much a regular lizard that we carry along with
Yeah.
the bearded dragons because this is
Yeah.
a good.
How much are they?
This particular one here is $95. So,
So
all set in purpose.
The whole setup is a couple $100.
Yeah, $200 and you've got a nice setup with
Are we
everything you
almost
need.
out of time? No.
No, but we can keep-
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So what else do you need besides the substrate? Do you need vitamins? You need a heat lamp?
You need a heat
Now,
lamp.
You don't have any. What kind of light bulb is in
Okay,
here?
this guy will take two forms. You got a small UVB bulb,
Which
which
what?
is a light that actually puts out UVB rays.
Yeah.
That actually helps them grow, helps their bones keep the metabolism of their bones properly. Because it's just like the sun. You go out in the sun, you get UVB.
Yeah.
It's healthy stuff. Also, you need a basking light just to keep the temperature up. And if
So you need two lights.
two lights.
And there's two.
Two lights, two small
little
lights that go in there.
holes?
Right, two lights that go into this kit that's right on
cool.
top. They're
Cool.
nice cross. It's a double-sided one.
Yeah.
The hot side, which is your basking lamp, and then your
Yeah.
cooler side's your UVB. So you
So
get
it's like
two for
a
'em.
hot light and sunlight and a reading light.
You got it. Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
But this guy here,
Do you have to give them vitamins?
yep, you can actually mix a little bit of calcium that we sell. A lot of times they get it directly if you're selling good quality or feeding them good quality, balanced nutritional vegetation.
And so what is that?
Sprouts, you can use the tops of carrots, the green parts, the turnip tops, little bits of carrots themselves. You can get like a
Broccoli?
spring mix. No broccoli. Broccoli is a little harsh on them. Makes their peas smell funny too. But with these guys, it actually
Do we sell a food? You
go right to the produce. You can go right
just go right to the
right to the produce. Fresh dandelion greens, the kale, the top of the kale, any of that bushy stuff.
Really?
Don't feed them iceberg lettuce because
'Cause
it's
there's
just
nothing.
nothing in it. Just
Right.
it's like giving them water.
Right.
It's just going to moisture all. Green peas, mixed stuff like that. Avoid a lot of heavy sugary fruit. Strawberry, a little treat here and there, but too much of that
Yeah.
just puts on
Yeah,
way
yeah,
too much weight on them, and that's
Yeah.
harder for them to digest. But mixture of food in that way. Just mix it up into a nice salad. We always say we do a nice salad mix. If you like eating it, they will too. Nice healthy stuff. more or less.
So much for Twinkies.
No Twinkies for these guys.
So don't go away, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, folks, if you use Blue Buffalo, and zillions of people do, it's a great food, the only place that you should buy your Blue Buffalo is at Dave's because we have the best prices. One of the things that we have that nobody else has for Blue Buffalo is after you buy 10 bags, you get your 11th bag free of the same size. So buy 10, get one free at Blue Buffalo, only at Dave's. Well, we're back, folks, and we want to discuss the community fish tank.
Yes, cute little pets, aren't they?
Cute little, friendly little fish.
Mm-hmm. We've got some. All right, first of all, we might as well get right down to it.
Yeah, let's
if
get
you
down
can
to it.
see this guy here. This is an Oscar. A lot of people of you guys have heard of these guys, how big they get. This one here is actually a customer turned him in because he just simply got too big for.
Tried to eat his wife.
Tried to eat his wife and a couple of. I think he got a couple kids too. But that is a giant Oscar, and that's a. Oh, I got splashed.
I did too.
Yes. They're a little angry right now. I'm feeding them some of this new Omega pellet food, and they are, as you can see, they are hitting it pretty aggressively there. But anyway, this Oscar right here, this is an older one somebody
see it,
turned
or-
in. I don't know if you can
No,
see
Matt,
him.
you gotta-
Yeah, let me get out of the way here. You can sneak in there. This one here is about 7 years old, the
Guy had
customer
him for
said.
7
About
years?
7 years.
Yep.
Couldn't keep him anymore just because he simply got too big for his
Yep.
tank.
Yep.
A lot of what we do with a lot of our pets, if you did buy them here and you can't keep them anymore,
We'll take them back.
we'll give them back. We'll give them a home, and we'll rehome them back out.
Yep.
So this particular one is looking for a home. He needs a big tank, a real big tank. This is a 90-gallon tank, and this is kind of pushing the limits for him. So if you have a tank 100 gallons or bigger, he'd be quite at home. They're actually a nice fish to keep. They are a little high maintenance because they do put out. They're big fish. They put out a lot of waste, so you do want to make sure you keep the gravel clean. And of course, a good filter, good heater, everything big for this guy.
And they like to eat little fish.
They will take whatever they can put in their mouth and eat it. Small fish, cocktail shrimp from the grocery store.
Fingers.
Yeah, they'll take your finger. They are a pet fish because you can actually train them to eat out of your hand. They'll come up and,
Seriously?
they will actually recognize you and come run once
So
they.
they're not like a
No.
mean fish. They just have the reputation.
They have a
that they get
reputation
big.
because they're so big and they're an eating machine.
Yeah.
They're not really vicious. As you can see, other fish that they can't fit in their mouth, they're not going to bother. So it's actually pretty placid species. It's really not overwhelmingly aggressive, but like I said, he is
So
just.
if you put Jack Dempsey's and stuff in there, will they pick on him?
They may pick on him. Some of these faster, more aggressive cichlids might go at him.
So who else is in here, Matt?
We've got some other interesting
Is
ones.
that a kissing gourami?
That silver one with the black stripe,
Yeah.
that's called a festivum cichlid. And he's big, but he's actually pretty peaceful as well, too.
Yeah.
That is about as big as they get.
Yeah.
He's actually in the same genus as the angelfish. And if you look at him, you can see those long fins that are hanging down.
Yep.
He's almost like an angelfish that's been squashed down.
But
Doesn't
is
have
a
qu-
gourami in the same family?
He's a cichlid. Those are cichlids.
They're
Yep.
cichlids.
They're similar, but yep,
Okay.
that's a cichlid.
Yep.
But that is a festivum. And he's, like I said, that's about as big as he gets.
and who's
very
this
peaceful.
guy with the spots?
All right, this is an interesting fish. That is called a red hook. And believe it or not, he's very, very, very close cousin to the piranha.
Oh, he
He's
is?
actually very, very close. But piranhas everyone thinks of piranha as the mean,
Yeah.
aggressive fish. There's about 60 to 70 different species of piranha. These are one of them. These are vegetarians. Actually quite peaceful.
They're outcasts.
They're outcasts. They've
In
been
the
kicked
family.
out of that
Yeah,
pack
they've
there.
been
Yes,
kicked out.
yes.
Yeah.
They like to nibble on plants.
Yeah.
So if you have a planted tank, they're going to turn it into nubs very quickly. But very nice looking fish, very shiny. As you
Yeah.
can see, they like to
Gorgeous
live in
fish.
schools. So if you have a 100-gallon tank, that's a nice companion with your
So when you
Oscar.
say at school, there should be 3 or 4
Three or
of them at
four,
least?
yeah, go 3 or 4 of them. They'll live singly, but you get
Yeah.
that nice effect, as you can see,
Yeah.
how nicely they school amongst
Yeah.
the other fish. It just sort of fills your tank,
Yeah.
gives them something big to look at.
And I see we got a couple of red-tailed sharks.
Yep, there's a couple of Alpalo sharks in there, these guys. And this is an interesting thing right here. Some of these cichlids like to, at times, will show a little territory and they'll nip at each other, as you can see what that guy's doing in there.
Yep.
If you put faster moving fish that are almost served as distractors, they're called target or dither fish. When they swim around, that keeps them distracted so they're not attacking each other. So sort of like a peacemaker. They zip around.
Yeah, because those sharks are not.
Yeah, they're not aggressive, but what they're doing is they zip around and they serve as distractors to keep the big guys from picking on each other.
Okay.
If you ever have fish, and it also serves sometimes if other fish, big fish, don't see other movement around them, they're going to hide because they think that a predator is above them, a bird is above them. But if they see other fish swimming around them, they're going to feel more secure. They're going to come out. So those serve, like I said,
those kind of sharks. So is that like the little red tail? So
Same
it's
family,
Always,
yep.
It's always good to have sharks in your tank.
yeah, just or any sort of in a big cichlid tank, as long as the cichlids can't eat them.
Yeah.
You know, a big, fast-moving, open
Yeah.
fish, giant Daniel is great. Silver dollars work great. Something
Yep.
that's not going to hide is just going to swim.
So there's no
pulls them out.
There isn't a silver dollar in here.
Then, like I
Oh,
said,
he looks like a silver dollar.
Yep, he's in the same family. That's all in that same family. The silver dollars, the piranhas, the red hooks,
Yep.
some of the skirt tetras are all in that family, in that subfamily right there. This is an interesting fellow back here. See this one with the red,
Yes.
with the black fins?
Yes.
He is actually a very small pacu, and that's also in the piranha
that's
family. That's another tank buster, another one that gets gigantic
Yeah.
as well. So some people love, you can see a little targeting there. They're also pushing each other around.
Aren't pacus a little more aggressive?
Not too bad.
They don't have like 6-inch razor teeth?
No razor teeth on them. But like I said, they have very nubby teeth because where they come from in the Amazon River, nuts and berries that fall from the trees, they actually eat them and they chew them up. So they have these little grinding, almost like like typical
Nubs.
vegetarian nubs,
Yeah.
and they just use it for grinding vegetables.
Yeah.
But it's a mimic species. It looks just like a piranha, so that a lot of times that'll keep them. When you have a mimic species,
Yeah,
they
they don't
think
get
it's not going to get picked on because they think
Yep.
there's something they're not.
Yep.
Milk snakes and coral snakes are the same way.
Yep.
Look at this guy down here. I don't know if you didn't even notice this fellow. This is a freshwater moray eel. See this guy? Yep. Not electrical, but he is. Actually, a freshwater. These guys are interesting because they start life just like salmon. They start life in freshwater, and as they get bigger, he's still a juvenile. But as he gets older, you start converting him over to saltwater. Mimic him moving back out into the ocean. 'Cause
Really?
they're born in the streams.
So is there some point that we would have to move him?
Yep. Once he starts getting a little bit more of a color change, once
Yeah.
he gets a little bit bigger, what we do is we put him in a tank and you slowly start raising the salinity of the water until you bring it up over a couple of months. So each time you do a water change, you just add a little more
So
salt.
how would you do that if if you have one of these in your tank?
Right.
At
You
home?
want to make sure that you put him in a proper tank. Right now, he's fine with these guys.
Yeah.
But eventually, you want to move him into a saltwater
Does he get
tank.
much bigger?
He can get about 2.5, 3 feet.
Really?
So he can get quite big as well. You can keep him in a little bit of a smaller tank because he doesn't quite have the girth. And as
Yep.
you can see, they do like to wrap around and hide in
Yep.
caves and rocks. He looks mean, but he's actually, again, pretty placid. Likes to take little chunks of shrimp, food that you can actually stick
So
down to him.
will he eat a smaller fish if
He
it
could.
comes near
If he
him?
could catch it, he could.
So I know time is running out, but who's the orangey guy?
That is a red devil, just like our pair on the other side that had the babies. He's
yeah.
tough. He's the bad boy in the tank.
Yeah.
He's the one that we keep an eye on. But again, we have a whole plethora of them on the other side that bred. But he's actually colorful, but another one gets quite big, but quite attractive.
He's
got
the
that
toughest
beautiful
guy in there.
Toughest guy in the tank is these guys right here. They rule the tank. They rule
red
the tank.
devil.
Yep. They're the most
but
aggressive
they're
ones.
not.
You've got so much traffic in here, and you got those distractors, so they're not targeting each
not
other.
targeting each
You've
other.
got so much movement in there. More movement, less aggression.
Do you have to feed them different kinds of food?
Nope, all these guys are taking those pellets that we threw in.
So we like the Omega.
Omega is great because it's all natural.
Yep.
Its ingredients are whole salmon, whole herring, whole shrimp.
So folks, you can put a little water in there and spread it on a bagel.
There you go. Actually, make it probably tastes like box or whatever, something disgusting. But yeah, fish live in water, so they're not going to eat rice or anything like that. They don't live on rice paddies.
Yeah.
They live in the water, so they eat other fish.
They eat other fish.
There you go. And as you can
Right.
see, these guys like to eat. But neat thing, if you like big fish, there you go.
Very cool.
Very cool. And we're
All right,
gonna wind
folks, don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
Hey folks, it's Dave from Dave Soda in Pet City. If you want a truly all-natural food, you only have one choice. It's Nature's Logic. There is absolutely no synthetic anything in this food. No synthetic vitamins. It's the only food in the planet that can make that claim. It's a fabulous food, Nature's Logic. I love it at Dave's. Oh my God, folks, look what we have. Hello. Hello. Oh, I am in love. So I'm here with Marcy, who we gave her about 3 weeks notice to get dressed and have her makeup and be appropriate, but she didn't listen to us. We actually just lassoed her to come in. She's here for dog training.
Yes.
And she's sweet enough to come on. So Marcy, who do we have here?
This is Harley.
Yeah.
He's a Dog Day Bordeaux.
A what?
Dog Day Bordeaux.
As opposed to a night?
Exactly.
A dog night? What is a dog day Bordeaux?
That's the official name. Other people call him a French Mastiff.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is gorgeous.
Sweet.
How old is he?
He is 16 weeks.
And is he going to be like 9,000 pounds?
Probably around 150.
Wow. Where did you get him?
He's from Ohio. Heartstrings is the breeder.
Oh, you're so cute. And so why did you settle on this breed?
I had one before.
Yeah.
And the temperament.
Oh, look
just-
at this. Oh my goodness.
Gentle giants.
Hi. Oh, hi. Oh, yes. Hi, honey. But you said that he's friendlier than.
My last one
I
was
have
a
a
little
buddy now,
shyer.
huh?
Yes, you do.
I have a buddy. Yes.
He's definitely not as shy as my last one.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to keep taking him out, keeping him social.
And so, so here's how long did the other one live? Because big dogs don't. That's the bad thing with big dogs. They don't live
And
that long.
he was exceptionally young. He was 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you deal with that?
By getting another one.
Yeah. Did it come from the same breeder?
No. His parents are chick certified. Everything was done. Hearts were
Yep.
ultrasound. I did my
Yep.
homework this time.
Yeah.
just
Did you
to-
go out and get him, or
No,
they
he
fly
flew
in?
in.
He
Yep.
flew in.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, are you adorable? So what kind of special thing? What kind of special things do you have to do with a giant breed like this?
You want to be
Besides
careful with
build
food.
a room in
You
the
want to be
house.
careful with food. Their
Yeah, 'cause
stomachs
of
are
bloat.
very temperamental too.
Yep.
Yep. So we don't give him water till an hour after he eats.
Yeah.
We keep him on grain free.
Yeah.
Other than that,
And you gotta be careful with the treats and all that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
grain
And
free.
Do you have kids?
I do.
So he must be unbelievable with the kids.
I have another dog, an 8-year-old cockapoo and 2 cats.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So 2 dogs, 2 kids, 2 cats.
Oh my goodness! But this one must just rule. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and what do the cats think about him?
They're okay. They're used to the other one.
Right. So how did you? This is. I want everyone to listen to this. Tell me how you did your homework and found the right breeder to get this from.
To
Because I
make
have
sure-
knucklehead people come in the store and they buy dogs on the internet all the time.
And unfortunately, some
Yep.
things are out of your control.
Yeah.
But if you go on the OFA certification, you can look up the parents of the dog and see
Yep.
what was done, which
Yep.
is the chick certification, which is
What is
the,
chicks? What is that?
Not sure what it stands for, but it's the hips, the joints, the heart.
Yep.
Everything is checked and certified on the parents, the grandparents.
Oh.
But it's
It's
Yes.
it's a range of genetic which we failed to do on Matt.
and it is all listed on the OFA certification. You don't need anything special to go on
Yep.
it and run the parents.
Yep. So are you going to breed him,
No,
or are you going to
I'm
have
not.
him neutered? Or
Well,
you're
not
there.
with
Okay.
with the large breeds. You want to wait a little bit before because you want them to fill out and,
Yep.
and do their job. So maybe right around 2, we'll have him fixed
Yeah.
if we decide we're not going to breed.
Right. Right.
He's more a family pet.
Oh yeah, huh? But he's absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what's the difference between this?
The black mask on these dogs
Yeah.
is rare. Usually these dogs are all red.
Yes, you're a kissy. You're a kissy.
I
And
had-
so, a regular Mastiff is all
A
red.
French, a regular
Fre-
Dog Day Bordeaux is all red. So to
Okay.
find the
Bordeaux,
black mask,
red, right.
Yep. To
Right.
find the black mask on these dogs is hard. they're
Yep.
a little rarer to have the black mask.
Yep. Are you gonna show them or take them?
It's all on the fence right now. I would like to.
I know you're here for training, and
I am,
Yeah.
and the star puppy
Yep.
for the AKC qualification. We want to
Yep.
go for that.
Yep.
And maybe start the process, but
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Did you do it with your other one?
I
you
did
show
not.
him?
No, I
Just
got
a-
him
just
at
a
6
pet.
months old, so, and he was just very shy.
And how many pounds was he?
He was up to 130.
So Matt, what'd you say? We had a Mastiff here last night?
We had a Mastiff last night that was 220.
But that was a bull mastiff. They're taller. These are shorter and wider. Yeah.
220 pounds?
220.
Nice.
Oh my word.
Yes, that's what he is.
So where's he sleeping at night? In bed with you already?
Kind of.
Is he?
Yeah,
I love it.
we're working on the
I
crate
love it.
a little bit.
Right. So yeah, your husband will go in the crates
Yeah.
because
There
he's
you
going
go.
to need a lot of room.
Yeah, he
Oh,
will.
I love it. He's in bed. So he's housebroken then?
He's been good. We've had a few little setbacks, but
Yeah?
we'll get him back on track. But he's been really good. You know, the breeder did start all that for us.
So for those of you who have puppies, you don't give them any water after like 5
an
at night?
hour, yeah.
At
no,
night, right?
For him, it's more 7.
Okay.
You
Because
know,
he's right.
bedtime's
he's so big.
11. So
Right. Look at that fit. Look at the paws on that thing. Look how alert he is, huh? You smell? Can you see the nose is going? What? Who do you see? Yeah.
he comes to work with me every day.
Who do you see? Oh, he's the best customer, right?
Sleeps under my desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a happy boy.
Oh my goodness, I'm in love. Well, if your mother doesn't love you so much, you can always come back here.
We'll be here every Thursday.
Time up. What are we? Almost. All right, Harley, will you say goodbye? Can you wave goodbye?
Not yet.
Wave goodbye. Thank you for
Soon.
coming on and doing this.
Absolutely.
So, folks, last minute.
Sit down.
Do not buy a dog on the internet unless you have done your homework and the folks are reputable. And this is the biggest thing, because this is what I hear all the time. If there is a problem with a dog, and you're dealing with live things, so there can be problems.
Absolutely.
These people buy from these folks on the internet, and they have no recourse if there's a problem. And then they come in and they complain to us, oh, I bought this dog. It's like, what are you, an idiot? Why would you do that?
There's pet insurance too.
And yes, especially with this guy.
You can buy pet insurance,
Yeah.
which will help cover
Yeah.
those things.
So anyway, see you next week, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye, Harley.